Very good. Okay. So what is this boot processing? Boot processing, some people will ask you question like what is a boot processing? What is booting? How computer turn on? All these things are same only, guys. Don't worry. Okay. All these things are same only. So what is a boot processing? It is, you know, it is like a, you can say, it's a process of turning on your computer. It's a process of booting your computer. So only thing is what you do, you power on the system. System means computer, desktop, laptop. It can be a server. It can be your mobile. So whatever it is, so we call it as a common name is like a device, machine, system, host. All are a common names only. You power on your computer. So you press the power button. After some time, after some time you got a login screen. What you do? You give a password. Then again it will take a minute or a two. Then on the screen it will show something your all these things completed, like you can start working on your computer, right? So you press the power button, that is your action, and finally you will get your own screen and you can start working your computer. But between these two you power on your system, finally you got a screen to work. Between these two there is a step by step process happens inside your computer, that what we call it as boot processing. Okay. So you power on your system, so like a turning on your computer. Okay. It is a step by step process of booting your computer, or turning your computer, turn on your computer. You can say what is a boot processing, different ways you can tell. But exactly say the point is start like when you press the power button, then you finally you got your screen on the screen. Okay, you can start working your computer. Till the time there is a lot of steps involved by the computer itself. You don't do anything, simply you sit and relax. So then automatically system is make you ready. So then you got a login screen, login and start working in your computer, right? So what is this step by step process? Is nothing but our boot process. Okay. If you cannot explain like this, so what you will do? It is a step-by-step process of computer turn on or booting. Okay. System turning on process. Any different ways you can able to tell. Okay. So what is this step-by-step process? The first step is power on self-test. What is the first step? Power on self-test. What is power on self-test? System test itself to make sure that all the primary components working or not. First of all, if you power on, like you press the power button, what happened? The power, the SMPS is started, the power is distributed to your entire your motherboard, on motherboard connected components, right? So every component will get a power supply. First important, when you power on your system, and every component will get a power supply. So system is checking like whether is CPU is connected or not. Without CPU, we cannot work, right? So CPU is there or not. Primary memories are there or not. What are the primary memories? RAM and ROM. Primary memories working or not. CPU is working or not. Primary memories are working or not. Power distributed to motherboard is there or not. So it's a properly distributed on the motherboard. So then the major components on the motherboard like north bridge, south bridge, BIOS chipsets, okay, all the chipsets will get a power supply from it. So proper power supply is distributed or not. So then the device is active. So then they will tell to the your BIOS that is like yeah we are connected. Okay, so those are the primary things: CPU, primary memories, RAM and ROM, on motherboard components, on motherboard chipsets. These are the main devices. So when you power on your system, system will do the post, means power on self-test. System test itself to make sure the primary components, main components are working or not. Okay, that is the first point. Post. Power on self-test. What is the second one? So once all the primary components working, what the system will do? System go to the BIOS. System go to the BIOS. Actually, BIOS will tell that one directly. So because BIOS contains a program that is called a firmware, because BIOS means it's a firmware. Okay, BIOS means it's a firmware. It contains instructions to how to start your computer. Okay, so the boot processing related instructions. Then BIOS also provide a boot priority list. So what is the bootable device and their order? So it will tell, yeah, check the OS from the CD-RAM, check OS from the hard disk, check the OS from the pen drive, check the OS from the network. Like that, it provide a boot priority. So what your system will do it? System is trying to locate a bootable device based on the boot priority. BIOS will give boot priority. So it will test like, yeah, hard disk having OS or CD-RAM having OS, like it search for the bootable device based on the boot priorities. Now it is find a bootable disk, like a hard disk contains OS, for example. Then what it will do? It try to load a bootloader from the hard disk. It try to load a bootloader. The bootloader names may be changes depends upon your OS. Okay. For example, Windows, current Windows we are using boot MGR is a bootloader. Boot MGR is a bootloader. In a older operating system like Windows XP, NTLDR. If you are using a Linux, it is a grub version 2. Current is grub version 2. Okay. So the bootloader of operating system will load first. Okay. Then bootloader will tells where is an operating system, location of operating system, and how to load OS. Yeah. Once you know OS, system knows how to load. Na? But voice having different types of things are there, modes are there, like a safe mode, single user mode, multi-user mode, like that. So different voice having different modes of voices. So based on that setting, so voice will be loaded. Now finally, voice is loaded, and you got a login screen. After voice is loaded, you got a login screen. Give the password. So then your system startup applications services will start. So user can start use system will starts. So user can start using the system. Okay guys. So what is a boot processing? Remember the basic steps. The first step is always important. That is listen. 2 minutes and just iPad. Okay. The first step is always remember guys post. Power on self test. What is the second step? Search for the bootable device based on the BIOS boot priority. Third step is loading the bootloader from the bootable device. Load the bootloader. And then bootloader will tell where is operating system and how to load OS. What is the fourth step? Loading of operating system. OS will be loaded now. Once OS is loaded, you got a login screen and then you give your password. Okay. So then you will log into your system. Once you log in, the user-based startup applications, the services will start. So once it is started, you can start using your computer. Okay. So what is the boot processing? From power on your system or a computer, and then last step is users start using the system. Between there is a step-by-step process. happens inside your computer called a boot processing. One minute, I pen. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just try to read it. If you don't get
Yes,
it,
sir.
so I will explain tomorrow. Definitely. Okay.
Okay.
I am turning off my. Okay. This is not a root. Okay. I shut down my virtual machine. Yeah, that's it for today, guys. Already I shared the link. This link, this information, whatever we discussed, everything is there in this notes on. But tomorrow also I will update after this one. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss some more points related to both hardware and operating system. That's it for today. So you can enjoy. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.